Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we are still melting in Florida, but there's an end in sight here. Unfortunately, not as much in the desert Southwest. We were still obliterating all-time consecutive records for heat. Then the heat is moving up into the Midwest and Great Lakes. Plus, I'll have the very latest news that came out just a little bit ago about World Weather Attribution's findings on how much climate change has to do with this. On top of all of it, we're doing a big seventh inning snacks series, and today is our second day. We have cleansed our palate. It is time to take in everything here at the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, Tropicana Field. And let me tell you, a foot-long tater tot is on the menu, so you don't want to miss this on GMA.
Sounds fun. More to come on GMA. What's the final week for the Right Start program, where you can donate school supplies for kids? The teachers of Somerset and Judson ISD will be getting supplies this year. And United Way will be looking for volunteers to help with donations on August 4th. If you still don't have stuff to donate yourself, you can visit any Cavender Auto dealership in San Antonio or visit United Way directly at 700 South Alamo Street. You can also buy a school supply bag by texting Right Start to 41444. All right, still to come on Good Morning San Antonio. In our next hour, Bexar County Sheriff's deputy behind bars, the charges he is facing and what we've just learned in the case this morning. Plus, 2 men held hostage Monday on San Antonio's west side. We've got reaction from neighbors where it happened. And up next, a race against time caught on camera. A father's frantic struggle to get his child out of a hot car. And checking the roads with TransGuide, still that major exit closure, I-10 West at Medical and Callahan. More to come on GMSA. Right now at GMSA, San Antonio police investigating an overnight crash that sent a man to the hospital with serious injuries. What we've been able to learn at the scene, plus
the Justice Department is suing the state of Texas over its Rio Grande River barrier aimed at keeping out migrants. I'm ABC's Justin Finch with more on the case from Washington.
And it's the last full week of July, and it's going to be a hot one. But for now, this Tuesday morning, we're at 77 degrees.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
As we always say, beginning this hour, rise and shine San Antonio at 6 o'clock on your Tuesday, July 25th.
Hi, thanks for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful Monday. And this morning, we suggest iced coffee to start your day.
Down to about 77 degrees out at San Antonio International Airport. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, and maybe an ice bath throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be another hot one out there, especially down to the southeast. All right, is it my imagination, or is that a little bit of the glow?
Yeah, a little hint of the sunrise already.
Okay, because the sun pops over the horizon in about 50 minutes. So, yeah, just that little bit of a glow out there. Obviously, plenty of clear skies. There may be 1 or 2 clouds. We are down to 79 degrees. We'll drop down another couple of notches this morning. 80 right now at Canyon Lake. And the humidity is actually up just a little bit compared to yesterday. So therefore, we do have a slight bit of a heat index this morning. 85 at Canyon Lake. 82 is what it feels like out there at the airport. Mold very, very high from yesterday's reading. It went up from 500 the previous day, thanks to obviously the rain that we had around here on Sunday. Heat advisories, the only places down here, well down to the southeast. Obviously, you want to take it easy elsewhere. Also, down to the southeast is where you may see a stray shower or thunderstorm trying to pop up. Got about a 10% chance for a shower down to the southeast later on today. Just 1 or 2 of them trying to sneak in here from the Gulf of Mexico. Otherwise, 101 for a high temperature. Again, maybe a stray little shower or 2 tomorrow down to the southeast and perhaps later on in the forecast, but that's almost wishful thinking at best. One thing for sure, we're going to be seeing a lot more in the way of triple digits. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen. Got that issue on the northwest side, right?
We sure do, Mike. Now, keep this in mind. The morning commute is getting a lot busier. Almost looks like a glob of light here along 281 at Loop 410. We got to find out what's going on here. I'm not exactly sure why we have this shot up from TransGuide, but I'll give them a call, find out exactly what they're seeing out there. As far as what I'm seeing, I'm not detecting any reports of incidents that would slow folks down. So, again, we'll take a look and keep you posted. Stalls seem to be popping up at this hour here along 35 southbound at Loop 1604. This is over on the southwest side. I've not seen any delays, but this is an area where a lot of folks travel through, a lot of those big 18-wheelers. So very dark in this stretch of town, so be on the lookout there. We take a drive back up here to I-10 over on the westbound lanes where we still have this closure due to a water main break that was reported late Sunday night. It's been there for over 24 hours there at exit 561. That's Medical Drive, Wurzbach Road. So yeah, you got to watch out for those crews that are making the repairs. We are seeing reports of a sinkhole in the area from TxDOT, but we'll work to get that confirmed through our friends over at SAWS. Another drive over here to the northeast side shows a stalled vehicle a little bit past Loop 1604, 35 northbound at Evans Road. So as you can see, our morning commute is starting to get a little bit busier, but no slowdowns reported just yet. I'll step out of here, talk to our friends at TransGuide and find out what they're seeing at 281 at 410, and I'll have another update coming up in the next few minutes. Mark.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man's in the hospital with possible life-threatening injuries after he was ejected from his car during an overnight wreck. Happened just before 2 this morning near West Malone on the city's south side. Police say the man was driving the wrong way, going too fast when he lost control and rolled into an embankment. The man was ejected and was taken to a hospital with 2 broken arms. A woman who was also in the car during the crash was taken to a hospital for an allergic reaction she got to ant bites when police say she was trying to hide from officers.
Bond is set at $75,000 for a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy who's in jail after a child accused him of sexual abuse. The man you see here is 37-year-old Deputy Marcus James Alexander. An arrest affidavit states that he turned himself in on a warrant for child indecency. He is accused of touching a child, taking photos, and then keeping them on his cell phone.
A San Antonio Park police officer also in jail. Police arrested Officer Larry Gonzalez on suspicion of DWI. Officers say he was off duty Sunday when they arrested him near I-10 and Vance Jackson. He's been with San Antonio Park Police for 15 years. Now to the crisis at the southwest border. The Justice Department is suing Texas, accusing the state of defying federal law for installing a floating barrier in the Rio Grande River to deter illegal migrant crossings from Mexico.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports, Governor Greg Abbott is vowing to take this fight all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary.
This morning, the Department of Justice versus the state of Texas over the 1,000-foot-long buoy barrier Texas placed along the Rio Grande River to keep out migrants coming from Mexico. The DOJ argues Texas violated federal law when it did not seek authorization from the Army Corps of Engineers prior to installing the floating barrier and is calling for its removal from the Rio Grande.
These devices have turned away and repelled tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people who try to enter into the United States illegally.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott defending his actions on Fox and in a letter to President Biden, insisting the state has the constitutional right and sovereign interest in protecting its borders, writing Texas will see you in court, Mr. President. Border area residents caught in the middle.
We appreciate Governor Abbott trying to step up and doing something, but not in this way.
The legal battle comes as border crossings fell more than 30% before the barrier installation and since the Biden administration's stricter migrant policies after Title 42 expired.
And what you see the governor doing is dangerous and unlawful, and it's actually hurting the process.
The barrier thrust it into the national spotlight after an unnamed state trooper called the buoys and wire nothing but an inhumane trap for migrants in an email to a superior. The White House is again calling for Congress to broker comprehensive immigration reform, accusing Republicans of blocking the president's efforts to draft immigration policy and attempts to fund border security. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
It's a drug that can have deadly consequences, and it's having a real-life impact all across the nation and here in San Antonio. Mark your calendars. Coming up tomorrow, July 26th, KSAT is airing a special on fentanyl. It's called Fighting Fentanyl. It's everyone's problem. You'll see how the drug comes through our border, why the DEA says parents need to be talking about the dangers of fentanyl with their kids. So the special airs tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. right here on KSAT 12. After it airs, you can watch it on our website, on our YouTube channel, and KSAT Plus.
And before we go to break, we want to show you a dramatic hot car rescue caught on camera, and it's now going viral on TikTok. So take a look. So this is video from an H-E-B parking lot in Harlingen in the Rio Grande Valley. A father desperately breaking the windshield of his car. He accidentally had locked his keys inside with his infant trapped in that hot car. Shortly after he broke the glass, the child's mother climbed inside and handed him the baby. First responders there say the baby was not hurt and the parents were not charged.
608, 77 degrees.
Attention Spotify users, prices are going up for the first time ever. How much you're going to start paying coming up before 6:30.
And after the break, training camp is about to start on the West Coast for the Cowboys. Larry Ramirez brings us the latest from California, plus a preview of Texans camp over in Houston.
Looking out there with live cam, 77 degrees for now and a little bit of a glow of a sun. And yesterday found myself playing the shade game again after the nice little break we had Sunday. We'll have to do that again today. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, 6:12 on your Tuesday. The Dallas Cowboys arrived at their home for the next 3.5 weeks. They are in Oxnard, California to start training camp.
Our Larry Ramirez was there as the Cowboys stepped off the bus and then took their first steps towards a new season.
Most of the Dallas Cowboys are here in Oxnard getting ready for training camp to kick off this week. Wide receiver Michael Gallup spoke with the media when the team arrived and said this is a great time of year.
Oh yeah, I mean, getting on the plane, regardless, like you get to see everybody's got a smile on their face. First couple of weeks of camp, like that's what you wait on. You can finally get back in pads, get a little flow going, so definitely.
Gallup is also all smiles because last year at this time, he was coming back from a torn ACL he suffered in Week 17 of the 2021 NFL season.
I mean, last year, I could barely walk coming into camp, so it was pretty rough for me, but this year I'm definitely excited. I get to be out there with the guys, from day one. And that's, just communication, loving being out there and, getting that flow in with that.
On the flip side, you have the boys' defense. Some feel it could be the best unit in the NFL this season. Safety Jaron Kearse is ready to start camp.
The confidence level is definitely high. I don't know where we are because we haven't been on the field yet, but time will tell. We're just going to get out and get to working and, just continue to grind and build on what we've built these last 2 years. And, that's all we can do. But the confidence level is definitely high when you got, a lot of guys returning and then you add some other great players like Gilmore. So, we're definitely ready to get this thing going just to see where we are.
All-Pro guard Zach Martin, who is not happy with his contract, was not on the team charter yesterday, but technically he has until today to report. If not, he faces a daily fine of $50,000. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Larry Ramirez. Back to you.
Thank you, Larry. Over at Houston, the Texans are ready to start their training camp. Players are reporting today to hold their first practice tomorrow. Just in time for camp, the Texans have signed their top draft pick, number 2 overall in the draft, quarterback C.J. Stroud. It's a 4-year deal worth $36.3 million, includes a signing bonus of $23.38 million. That kind of cash, it's no wonder he's listed as the starter when the Texans head to camp. So looking at their schedule, players report today, practice tomorrow. First practice open to fans on Friday before the team practices with the Dolphins in 3 weeks. And on August 24th and 25th, the team will be in New Orleans to practice against the Saints.
Time now, 6:14, and let's go ahead and check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
Looks like we have a nice shot from our friends over at TransGuide. A little bit of glow from the early morning sunrise, but you could see there's really not any problems out there in this direction, north or south of 35. Just a little bit of a busy commute as folks are making their way to and from the Alamo City. And now, the reason why we have this shot up is because there were reports of a stalled vehicle in that area right here, southwest side, not too far from Von Army. It wasn't really causing any delays, but it does look like that already cleared out. So better news to report out there, folks. But as I take a drive back here into town, the big headline of the morning has been that closure that's been in place right there at I-10 westbound exit 561. That's Medical Drive, Wurzbach Road. If you're familiar with the area, then you know it's a very busy spot as folks are making their way to work this morning. So just be on the lookout. We're still working to find out exactly how long this closure will be in place. I'll reach out to Saws a little bit later this morning, and I'll have an update for you hopefully later today. But don't don't forget, later today we'll also see some road work here along State Highway 151 over on the west side of San Antonio. This does ramp up around 9 this morning, should wrap at 3 in the afternoon. It's pretty quick though. It's just going to last another day, July 26th. That's tomorrow. Single lane closures on the eastbound frontage road from Petrenko Road to Ingram Road. A lot of words coming at you as you sip your morning cup of coffee, but scan the QR code because if you do that, it'll take you directly to our KSAT traffic page. And there's a whole lot of other closures happening in and around the Alamo City. You know the deal. So, yeah, head over to ksat.com/traffic for all the updates.
Thank you, Stephen. And right now on ksat.com, so lucky people in San Antonio got much needed rain Sunday, but it can come with swarms of flying insects. So what are they? I thought it was the biggest mosquito I'd ever seen in my house. But an expert KSAT talked with says they're called desert termites, and they aren't the kind that eat up your home. And if you have them, there's no need to call pest control. They say if you keep your grass watered, they won't cause any harm, and they're actually good for the ecosystem. So check them out on ksat.com.
Again, they're not the bad kind.
Not the bad kind.
Because you hear that word and you think...
Termites, right.
Yeah, exactly. But are you going to hit them on the windshield? Or are they going to hit your windshield when you're driving?
I don't know. I don't think that'd be that big of a problem. I think it just, I don't know. At least for us.
And what's weird is I spotted it right after the rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I was barbecuing, but I was like, wow,
what is that?
A Texas size mosquito.
Go away, go away.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing any of those anytime soon again because not really any rain in the forecast. Maybe down in the southeast later on today. First of all, beautiful view of the waxing crescent moon, and it is going to be full 1 week from today on the 1st of August. So thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Beautiful, beautiful sunrise on tap right now with clear skies. Sun is going to pop over the horizon in just about a half an hour or so. And now the sunrise may not be enhanced that much, but sunset looks like it is going to be enhanced by some of the Saharan dust, which is going to start to work its way on in here throughout the course of the day today and over the next couple of days. So again, the sunrises, sunsets will have a little more of an orangey glow. Plus, with some of those particulates in the atmosphere, maybe a little bit of that kind of a hazy look or a little milky shade to the sky. And that's going to be sticking around through the rest of the work week and then finally sort of getting on out of here once we head on into the weekend. Also, got to look at the Climate Prediction Center. So 6 to 10 day outlook, precipitation, about a 50-50 chance for normal precipitation. Still going to be on the hot side going into the first week of August. And as far as precipitation, nothing leaning really either direction away from a normal amount and still staying on the hot side going into the first weekends or so of August. High pressure is what is been sitting on top of the southwestern United States, keeping things so very hot. It's just far enough off to the west to where it's allowing some sea breeze showers and storms to try and move in here throughout the rest of today, maybe tomorrow as well. Then as we go on in through the rest of the week, that thing's pretty much going to be taking over. Now, once we get into Thursday and Friday, what we're looking at is this little bit of we call it an easterly wave coming in here from the Gulf of Mexico to move across. Hopefully that gives us then a couple of showers or maybe a thunderstorm or two, primarily along the coastal plain once we get in toward the weekend. But between now and then, again, other than a stray shower or two here or there, we are going to be up to 92 at noon and then 101. There's that 10% chance for, again, one or two of those showers or a storm out there along the coastal plain. Probably count them on one hand. And there's the Saharan dust throughout the rest of the week. Triple-digit temperatures. You know, some folks may not quite get up to 100 in your backyard, but it will feel like it. A little bit of humidity out there this afternoon as well.
Okay, well, at least it's a tiny, tiny, tiny chance there.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
619, 78 degrees.
And we'll be right back with your consumer headlines.
Martial arts is my passion. I work out whenever I can. But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough. My skin was so uncomfortable. The itching was so bad. Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
In your morning consumer news, Spotify users may want to listen up. The company is raising prices for the first time ever. Ad-free plans are now $1 more at $10.99 a month, and family plans are $14.99. But Spotify will continue to offer a free plan with ads.
Netflix now has a shortcut. My Netflix is replacing the Downloads tab, so users can quickly find their favorite shows. Watchers can also see their recently viewed shows in the tab for easier access.
And Microsoft is delivering a fresh, out-of-the-oven Xbox controller that smells like pizza. It's part of a promotion for the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. If you want to get your hands on one, you'll have to enter a giveaway.
It's fun. And looking ahead, the Mega Millions jackpot has reached close to $820 million before tonight's drawing. The prize has a cash option of $422 million, and it comes after nobody won the jackpot in Friday's drawing. 8 tickets matched the first 5 numbers, with each winner claiming a $1 million prize. Winning tickets were sold in California, Florida, Michigan, North Carolina, and New Jersey. This is the 5th largest Mega Millions lottery run in its history.
You can donate school supplies to help teachers start the year on the right track. The Right Start Project supports teachers in Judson and Somerset ISDs. We have information on how you can help on our website. Just head to the KSAT community section of ksat.com.
And seniors over the age of 60 or people with a disability can request a box fan at no cost by calling the United Way at 211. The box fan program relies on donations, so if you want to help, you can donate to the purchase of a 20-inch box fan. We have that drop-off location listed on our website at ksat.com.
625, 78 degrees.
And still ahead at 6:30, San Antonio police are investigating a pair of overnight shootings, how the victims are doing right now, and what police are saying about possible suspects.
Suicide is now the second leading cause of death for people under the age of 35. What you can do to save a loved one who may need help. And checking TransGuide, things looking good. We'll be right back.
Hi, good morning. Welcome back. It is 6:28. Looking at that beautiful sky out there with a live cam. It's looking good right now. And of course, things are going to heat up later on.
Good morning, everybody. 6:30 on your Tuesday, the 25th.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. And it's going to be another hot week, but at least we're not in the high triple digits.
It's true. Mike Ostrage is here with a look ahead at our Tuesday.
Yeah, you know, last week it was a 104, 105. Many of the days we had those 3 days at 104 right in a row, so it won't be that hot. And I know it's just a couple of degrees, but we'll take anything. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Sun's going to peek over the horizon in just about 20 minutes or so. 79 right now. Dew point stands at 72. It's actually up just a little bit, so you will notice the humidity when you step outside this morning. We do have a slight bit of a heat index. 82 is what it feels like here in town. 83 up the road at Canyon Lake. Mold from yesterday just was sky high from the rain that we had on Sunday. 19,130. Updated count's going to be coming out in about an hour or so. And the only heat advisories in our area are down here along the coastal plain from Live Oak over toward Victoria counties. Obviously, elsewhere it is still going to be on the hot side, but a lot more humidity down to the southeast. Warm and humid this morning. Also down to the southeast is where there may be 1 or 2 showers or even a thunderstorm popping up later on today. So just enough of the door is open ajar, if you will, to have 1 or 2 of those come into the coastal plain. Low hundreds the rest of the week and sunshine. Now there may be another stray shower tomorrow as well down to the southeast. Then we go into the weekend. Still going to be hot, but a stray shower, hopefully. Just a mention of it in the forecast. Details coming up on the last weekend of July in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen, still the problem on 10. Anything else, though?
Well, right now, Mike, that's really the only issue. And if you received a notification from us, that's our KSAT mobile app. Make sure you have it downloaded. Notifications turned on. We just sent a push alert to remind you if you have to head out the door in the next few minutes, keep this in mind. That closure is still in place. Been there for over 24 hours at this point. Earlier, we saw reports of a water main break. That was late Sunday night into the early hours of Monday morning. But since then, TxDOT has now updated that information to a sinkhole in the area. But we have to get that confirmed through SAWS. And once we do, we'll update our web article that we have on our website at ksat.com. But as of right now, you're not seeing any issues with traffic, but the exit could cause some problems for anyone that has to navigate through there. Again, we're still in the green if you're heading westbound along I-10, but just keep that in mind. 561 closed at this time. As soon as it reopens, we'll send another push notification so that way you're aware that you can drive through there safely. But overall, our morning commute hasn't been too bad. I've not spotted major incidents on the main lanes that would slow you down. And if you're traveling into San Antonio this early, you are pretty much in luck here. I-10 westbound, pretty green from Seguin, 31 minutes at this hour, 33 along 87 northbound if you're heading in from Lavernia. And for our friends down in Floresville, should be about a 32-minute drive time. But let's get it back here at the shot at 10 at Callahan West. Again, as soon as we get information updated from SAWS, we'll update you at home so you're aware of what is happening out on the roadways. But just be on the lookout if you spot any crews in that area. Guys.
Thank you, Steve. New this morning, a driver who San Antonio police say was going the wrong way on a neighborhood street is now in a bad way. He suffered critical injuries in a rollover crash.
It happened south of downtown on West Malone, just east of I-35. Katrina Weber is there with a live report.
Katrina, you mentioned earlier that neighbors say the wrong way driver on that street, or wrong way driving on that street rather, is an ongoing problem.
Now, that's what they told us. In fact, we actually have seen it for ourselves twice, in fact, cars going the wrong way here on West Malone. Now, fortunately, the end result wasn't anything like what happened about 2 o'clock this morning. Police told us that the driver of an SUV was not only going the wrong way here on West Malone, but also speeding when he lost control and rolled over. That SUV landed partially in the backyard of a home, causing damage to a chicken coop. Now, according to the homeowner, police say the homeowner, that is what happened with the chicken coop. But police say that the driver suffered critical injuries in the crash. There also was a woman passenger who had to be taken to a hospital for an allergic reaction. The neighbors told us the woman had tried to run away, but police say that they found her hiding in an ant bed, and apparently those ants got to her, triggering that allergic reaction. Now, it took firefighters working with a tow truck driver about 3 hours to actually get that SUV out of the area where it landed. You can see they had to take down part of the tree in order to get to that vehicle. But again, they do attribute this, police do attribute this to a driver speeding and going the wrong way here on West Malone. The driver now in the hospital. Reporting live south of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. New this morning, 2 teens are recovering in the hospital after a shooting at a Southside business. San Antonio police say it happened just after 12:30 a.m. at a laundromat on West South Cross Boulevard. That is near South Zarzamora Street and Somerset Road. Now, police say someone in a blue Mercedes drove by the business and shot at 2 teens. A 16-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl were both hit and taken to University Hospital. They are expected to be okay, and police have not made any arrests so far.
San Antonio police also investigating a shooting on the city's east side. They tell us a man was shot through a wall or window of his apartment just after midnight in the 1500 block of Upland Road near I-10. He was hit in the leg or hip and taken to BAMC. He's expected to be okay. Police say they found shell casings on the other side of the highway, but so far no arrests have been made.
This morning, San Antonio police say a driver is in the hospital after crashing his car into a pole on the city's east side last night. That crash happened just before 8:30 near South W.W. White Road and East Houston Street. Police at the scene tell us that the man was driving erratically when he crashed into the telephone pole near the intersection. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. No word right now on what caused him to crash, but no other injuries were reported.
Meanwhile, an argument between a father and son ended in gunfire on the northwest side. It happened around 6 last night on Sierra Vista, not far from O'Connor and Parambital. So that would actually be northeast side, correction there. Police say a man drove up to his father's home, tried to go inside to collect some belongings, but his father, who's in his 70s, would not let him in. Police say after the two started arguing, a son pulled out a gun and shot his father in the stomach. He was taken to a hospital. We're told he's doing okay. The son was arrested and is facing charges. Police also tell us the father had a restraining order against his son. This morning, we are learning more about a hostage situation where 2 men were held against their will on Monday.
John Paul Barajas has the latest in that case and reaction for the people in the neighborhood where it happened.
I was scared.
It was cool.
I was scared.
It can be an unsettling sight. San Antonio police officers swarming your street and then flooding inside your neighbor's home. It's exactly what happened this morning in a West Side neighborhood, and these two young boys had a front row seat.
The officers move in at the same time. Like, they never leave each other back.
For their mom, the situation was too close for comfort.
I was scared because I have a lot of kids with me at home, and I hear a lot of noise on the back of the house.
Police say two men who are both 21 were being held against their will at this property in the 1300 block of Dawn Green. The suspects demanding money for their freedom. At some point during the incident, one of the victims was able to text a family member who then tipped off police. Now I have more fear because you don't even know what your own neighbors are doing, said Maria Ibarra. She tells us for 40 years on her street she's felt safe, but that's not the case anymore. I still feel worried because you don't know what could happen with your neighbors.
Now, San Antonio police did arrest one 22-year-old man at the home where those victims were being held, but they are still looking for at least one other person. The suspects in this case will be facing charges of aggravated kidnapping. And this still is an ongoing investigation, so we have not gotten word on how long those victims were held for or what condition they were in when police arrived. And Public Safety Headquarters, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Looking ahead, San Antonio police will be holding a seized property auction this week. It'll be about 100 items auctioned off tomorrow. Be held at VFW Post 9186 at 650 VFW Boulevard. That's on the city's far south side. Starts at 6:30 tomorrow evening. Doors open at 5:30. Payment is only cash or card. For more information, you can call the SAPD auction number 207-7932.
And the time now is 6:37, and we're at 78 degrees for now.
It is now the second leading cause of death for those under the age of 35. Just ahead, an uptick in suicides and what can be done to prevent them.
And welcome back. It is 6:41. After a slight drop in 2020, suicide rates have surged. And now we are seeing the sharpest increase in 20 years. Leslie Hudson explains what's behind it and what you can do to save a loved one who may need help.
Every 11 minutes, someone dies by suicide. And every 31 seconds, there is an attempt. Suicide doesn't discriminate by age, race, or gender.
My sibling attempted when I was 7, then my dad, then my daughter.
After a brief decline in suicide rates from 2018 to 2020, experts say isolation from pandemic-related lockdowns and economic turmoil are causing the sharpest increase of suicide rates in 20 years. Suicide now moved up from being the 12th leading cause of death to the 11th. It's also the second leading cause of death for people aged 10 to 34. So what should you do if you see a loved one suffering?
Best thing that you can say to someone who's suicidal or feeling suicidal or having suicidal thoughts is that you're not going to leave them alone.
Remove dangerous objects such as firearms, ammunition, toxic substances, and sharp items that can cause harm. This reduces the risk of your loved one harming themselves. And get them immediate help if the situation is dire by dialing the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 988 or taking them to the emergency room directly. With ways to save a life, I'm Leslie Hudson reporting.
6:42.
Time to check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
Okay, so the big topic of the morning here in my department has been 10 at Callahan West. Now, this is a shot from TransGuide, but remember that exit that is blocked off is there at 561 Wurzbach Road Medical Drive. We sent a push alert out a few minutes ago. You may have received it on your KSAT mobile app, and if you didn't, make sure those notifications are turned on because this could impact your drive time if you're heading along I-10 westbound. And I know I've been saying this all morning long, but this all stemmed from a water main break in the area a few nights ago. And crews are still out there because TxDOT has that listed as a sinkhole now. But we're working to get that information confirmed through SAWS later this morning. And once that's updated, we'll update you at home. But right now, I-10 westbound is still closed there at 561. So again, not spotting a delay, but that could change as morning rush does pick up here. As we give you a wide look at the map, though, thankfully, I'm not spotting any congestion that has been creeping in on our map. It's been pretty quiet for the most part, but we still have construction that is going to likely cause some delays here along 151 later today. today. Remember, this road work will take us all the way up until Wednesday, July 26th. 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon is when we will see single lane closures on the eastbound frontage road. That's from Petranco Road to Ingram Road. So if you make your way into the downtown area from the far west side, just watch out for those crews out there. And again, watch out for crews here at 10 at Callahan. I know we've had this shot on TransGuide for 2 days now, but let's hope we'll have a better update to report later.
Thanks.
This poor bird.
I know. We've seen squirrels splooting, dogs, cats, people, now a blue jay.
Aw.
Oh, that is sad.
Except he needs to go into the shade.
Yeah.
Poor little guy.
I've never seen that before.
I haven't either.
Is he actually splooting or just
sure looks like
looks like a
trying to
sploot
scare off someone else? I don't know.
Like maybe trying to get a snack, but a little tired.
Wow. He's stretching his wings.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, beautiful sunrise on tap right now, and sunset this afternoon is going to be very spectacular because we are going to have a bit more of that Saharan dust. We'll start to see that move on in here, and then it's going to be hanging around here throughout the rest of the week, and it's also going to give kind of a sort of a milky shade to the sky, if you will. All right, 92 today at noon, and we are going to make it up to 101. 10% chance for a stray shower or two down to the southeast later on this afternoon. Just a very small chance. So what we have going on here is the water vapor imagery, and the high is off here to the west of us. And around that clockwise rotation, that's what pulled in some of the rain disturbances Saturday and especially on Sunday. And now it is just far enough off to the west that's going to allow some little sea breeze, little disturbances to try and move on in here from the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll have one or two of those popping up later on today, maybe into the evening hours, and then pretty much the same thing even tomorrow. One or two of those showers or even a thunderstorm trying to pop up here along the coastal plain. They'll try to move in further to the west, which will be great if that does happen. I really wouldn't put a whole lot betting on that to move any further to the west, but at least there is that small chance. Now, jumping further ahead into the future, there's also going to be, we've been looking at this little wave that's going to try and develop in the Gulf of Mexico and move on in here. So computer models aren't really too overly anxious to scare up any showers this weekend. We'll have a few more clouds around here, but I do think there is going to be that chance, albeit just a 10% chance for a couple of sea breeze showers or two to try and move in here by the weekend. So today we've got that 10% shot down to the southeast. Same thing tomorrow. Of course, we'll start to see a little bit more in the way of that Saharan dust moving in here later on today and then through the next few days, through basically the end of the work week. And then that 10% chance even late Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, again, one or two of them down to the southeast. At least there is that shot. And we will keep temperatures in the triple digits all the way through the rest of the week and basically the rest of the month.
All right. We'll see what August brings in.
Well, right now it's looking like it's going to start off the same way. So.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
647, 78 degrees.
And looking ahead, back to school, believe it or not, is just around the corner. And some students in our community may need your help. We are shining a spotlight on a free backpack giveaway this week. We'll tell you about it tomorrow on GMSA.
Outside with Live Cam. Don't forget to play Mega Millions tonight. $820 million up for grabs. We'd hate for you to miss out on that big payday.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we are still melting in Florida, but there's an end in sight here. Unfortunately, not as much in the desert Southwest. We were still obliterating all-time consecutive records for heat. Then the heat is moving up into the Midwest and Great Lakes. Plus, I'll have the very latest news that came out just a little bit ago about World Weather Attribution's findings on how much climate change has to do with this. On top of all of it, we're doing a big seventh inning snacks series, and today is our second day. We have cleansed our palate. It is time to take in everything here at the home of the Tampa Bay Rays, Tropicana Field. And let me tell you, a foot-long tater tot is on the menu, so you don't want to miss this on GMA.
Hey, Barbie. With the final numbers in, Barbie's box office domination even bigger than originally thought, a $162 million opening weekend. It's a figure that must be beyond director and co-writer Greta Gerwig's wildest dreams, because in an interview before the start of the SAG-AFTRA strike, she told us they were putting the film's pieces together during the height of the pandemic.
It was a time when we sort of thought like,
who knows if people are going to go back to the movie theaters. But I thought, well, if they do, let's make the biggest, craziest, wildest ride.
Gerwig now holds the record for the highest grossing opening weekend for a film directed by a woman.
Weight of the world on your shoulders.
The love is flowing for Jungkook. The BTS member's solo song 7 debuts at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. It's his first solo #1 and the second song by a solo BTS member to hit the top. Jimin did it in April with Like Crazy. And after a controversial week, Jason Aldean's single Try That in a Small Town debuts in second, with the best digital sales for a country song in 10 years. Jim Gaffigan is the latest comedian with a new streaming comedy special. Dark Pale hits Prime Video today. And how you doing? Friends star Matt LeBlanc is 56 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
This final week for the Right Start program, where you can donate school supplies for kids. Teachers of Somerset and Judson ISDs will be getting the supplies this year. United Way is looking for volunteers to help with donations August 4th. If you still don't have the stuff to donate yourself, you can visit any Cavender auto dealership in San Antonio or visit United Way directly, 700 South Alamo Street. You can also buy a school supply bag by texting Right Start to 41444. August is going to be here next week, and that means it is time for football.
So we're almost a month away from our second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic, and this year it's even bigger than last year.
Now, 2 days of high school football action instead of just one. You can see the teams taking part in the KSAT Pigskin Classic behind us here. Thank you very much, Vanna.
I wasn't supposed to be in this shot.
It's okay. You can help us.
Well,
You'll be there as well.
That was not a suspicious exit. No, now I'm coming back. All right, so let's begin everything Friday, August 25th. That's game one. Antonian versus Holy Cross, 7 o'clock. And then we've got the triple header on Saturday, August 26th.
And let's start with Southside versus Somerset at 11:30 a.m. Then Jefferson versus Uvalde at 3:30 p.m. And then O'Connor versus Brandeis at 7:30 p.m. to wrap up that day.
It's going to be a fantastic time. All the games, of course, are taking place at the Alamodome.
That's right. And you can get your tickets right now on our website at ksat.com. Or if you're a KSAT Insider, you can purchase your VIP experience tickets for the best seat in the house.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be fun.
We're going to have because the game Friday night, and then have kind of a preview pre-show for SA Live down there at the Dome on Friday as well. So get people all geared up for it and everything. So
that's right.
If it's half as fun as it was last year, it's going to be
it was
That'd be
great.
fun.
And of course, it's nice and comfy inside the Dome. Stephen, remember last year when we left the games? How unbelievably hot it was?
It was
In the parking
so
lot.
hot. Yeah, but thankfully we carpooled with Mark, so it was nice and cool in there. And you know what? Roads have been looking pretty cool over here. You can check it out, but we still have that closure at 10 at Callahan. We sent a push alert out a little while ago, so just make sure that you know what to expect. Also, closure there at 35 southbound at Brooklyn. This is just a shot at St. Mary's. That's been there for over a month. But overall, we got through the show without any big problems out on the roadway, but we just want you to be aware. Again, this is in the westbound lanes of I-10, exit 561, Medical Drive, Wurzbach Road. We are working to get some information confirmed through our friends over at TransGuide as well, TxDOT and SAWS. But other than that, Mike, our morning wasn't too bad. How about yours?
Well, take a look right now. We got the sun just peeking over the horizon, and we're going to have plenty of sunshine throughout the day. We will start to see a little bit more of that Saharan dust sliding on in here throughout the course of the day, so maybe that little bit of a kind of a fuzzy look out there. 78 degrees right now, 74 at Randolph as well as New Braunfels, 79 up the road in Canyon Lake, 92 at noon, 101 high temperature today. One or two of those showers down along the coastal plain later on this afternoon. Probably count them on one hand. Maybe the same thing tomorrow, but we are going to continue with triple digits, and that Saharan dust is going to be sticking around, it looks like, through the end of the work week. And by the weekend, another shower or two down to the southeast, but basically just hot.
All right. Well, we hope for at least some cloud cover then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day. We'll see you back here for GMSA at 9.